So our next task here is to use an array that will keep track of how many times each type of question was asked, or each category of question was asked. And the reason why we want to keep track of how many questions was asked is so that we can give an intelligent response if they ask the same question twice, right? So then, let's say they asked, will I get an A in this class? You give them an answer, and then they ask again, will I get an A in this class? Then the program should say something like, stop worrying so much about your grades, right? And then it would give the response, or something along those lines, just to recognize that the user entered the same question twice. So what we're going to do here is, in main, we're going to create an array called repeat. And this is a shortcut way to create an array with 7 elements, element 0 to 6. And we're initializing each of those elements to the value of 0, right? So that's what this line here is doing. There's several ways to do it, but this is the shortest way, so that's what we're going to go with. And then we're making repeat to use it, and AI is the function that needs to use it. So let's go ahead and give repeat to AI. We come over here. If we give it to AI, that means we need to receive it, right? So we're going to receive it there. And we're going to give it to get A, which should be our first category of questions, right, regarding one's grades. What you should have here is also love, right? You should also have a different category like weekend, right? Maybe questions about the weekend, and so on. So if that's the case, you will be passing Q and repeat to all of these as well, right? All these additional functions. So yeah, but for the way that our program is currently, we're going to give it to get A. Get A needs to receive it, like so. And this get A is going to be signified by the first element in the repeat array, right? And so what we're going to do here is you're going to run rangrade, and you're going to give it repeat, the repeat array, and you're also going to give it the index of 0. Okay, so we're going to do that for all of these guys. Here, there, or there. And if we did have this function defined, the love function, we would do the same thing here. We would add repeat and the index to the function call that's going to answer the question. But the index is not going to be 0 for this one. The index here is going to be 1. The index here is going to be 2, and so on, right? And so if they ask a question that gets caught in this set of checks, then the 0 index in the repeat array is going to be incremented to 1, right? And then if this gets caught in the checks, one of the questions there, then the second element in the repeat array is going to be incremented. Here, the third element is going to be incremented. Right. So that way we can use the repeat array and just check if the corresponding element is greater than 0. And if it is, then we know that a question from this category has been asked previously. Right. So yeah, so we're going to run rangrade and give it the repeat array and the index. Rangrade needs to accept that. So I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to take in the index like that, like so. And right here, before we print out the smart response, we would want to increment that repeat array at that certain index. And I think I might be going past. Yeah, so the incrementing is going to happen in the next step. But that's what we would want to do at the moment. And if you also have these additional functions, you would also want to incorporate the repeat array and the associated index in those functions as well.